Hello, I'm Breanna Davis.
And I'm Tess, Riecke, and welcome to the Wildcat Report. Seniors, please keep in mind that deadlines for college applications are fast approaching. If you have any questions, please see the guidance office.
And I'm excited. Hopefully I get into the University of Missouri. That's my plan. What's yours, Tess?
I want to go to Missouri Western. I have to look at small colleges.
You know what? That's awesome, though. And now we're going to go to a very sensitive topic about how the media affects body image today.
Who in this room has struggled with how they look?
Millard West's wellness coordinator, Elisa Watson, tries to encourage teachers to stay in shape and keep the weight off, but noticed some students needed to put the weight on.
So I decided to plan the media and body image presentation for female athletes and really any female students that want to come, because I understand that there is a real disconnect between what is healthy, what looks healthy, and what is actually healthy for high school girls.
Watson brought in guest speaker Kylie DeWispler, who owns Sweat Cycle and Soul.
Girls have this pressure to always want to be better and never to really just be satisfied with whatever they've been born with or whatever they're given. I think there's just a misconception about what you think you should look like and what other people pressure you to look like.
There is a lot of pressure to look perfect or, be just thin enough or pretty enough or have your hair just so, or your nails or whatever it might be.
Female students made their way to the auditorium, eager to hear what Kylie DeWispler had to say about the pressure to be perfect. During the assembly, DeWispler presented 3 tips to help girls overcome body image issues. The first tip was gratitude, to embrace your sense of being. The second tip was forgiveness, setting ourselves free. And the third tip was love. Love for ourselves and also love for our body. DeWispler used exercises to build up each other's self-esteem by telling students to tell the person that they were sitting next to what they liked about each other.
It showed a great message for young girls, and it showed how we're all beautiful no matter what our body types are.
I thought it was a really good thing for girls to go to, because I know that even I compare myself to others.
The assembly, it had good parts about it, but then other parts were kind of cheesy.
The world tells us that beauty is based on your size and the space between your thighs. The world tells us that we have to look a certain way in order to be considered beautiful.
People should love themselves for the way they are and embrace that and worry about other things that do really matter.
Just to encourage young girls to understand that once you can get to that point where you're happy with yourself, then everything else kind of falls in place.
Project We Care is looking for families willing to sponsor local families in need to make their holidays special this year.
If you would like to volunteer, contact Mrs. Zolan or Mrs. Brady in the guidance office, and they will provide you with a list of things that they need.
I think we've done this in the past, and it's been very successful, Millard West, so let's keep up the good work. And now there's a new outlet mall in Gretna, Nebraska. I know it's the new buzz with all these stores. Nike outlet, I heard it's awesome.
Yeah, my mom went to the opening and she decided to wait 4 hours
I know,
at the Coach store.
Didn't it open at 10 and there was tons of lines. So let's check out the new buzz.
Rocking around the Christmas tree at the Christmas party.
With Christmas right around the corner, the Nebraska Crossing Outlet Mall is the new competition on the block. The mall opened on November 15th, and just within the first 3 days, more than 100,000 people visited the mall.
I think that it's really cool and a good place for teenagers to go and hang out, and it has a lot better stores than Oakview and Westroads.
Stores were a lot different than any ones that we have around here right now.
Many new stores have made their way to Omaha, giving shoppers a larger variety of merchandise. Stores like Nike and Under Armour have made their debut in Omaha.
I'm not a big shopper, but we went in the Under Armour store and the Nike store, and they've got some pretty nice things that were less than you would find at something like Shields or Dick's, so it was pretty nice.
It's kind of nice having the Polo outlet and the Converse outlet, but the Nike and Under Armour stores were I don't know, it's not the same as going to Oakview or Westroads and getting stuff there, because everything's just I've seen it before, but it's just older.
I think it's good for our area, it'll bring a lot more money, I think.
With the mall only being open for 3 weeks, it has been a hot spot for average shoppers.
It was pretty full, but once you get a parking spot, it's kind of spread out, so it wasn't like shoulder to shoulder or anything.
Yeah, it was pretty busy, but I guess it depends what store you go in.
Nebraska Crossing is the first mall in Omaha with new technology. There are multiple touchscreen maps that shoppers can easily access. These maps can give you directions directly to your destination. In addition to the touchscreen maps, there is also an app you can download to help you find a parking spot.
A lot of cool things there, like there's these there's like the directory, like the maps, and they're like virtual, and it's just like new and interesting.
This mall is definitely different compared to the other malls we have in Omaha. This has been Meghan Sharp and Faith Cain reporting.
This year's spring musical is Hairspray. Auditions are from the 2nd to the 6th, and I know I'm excited for it. And I was going to try out, but I think it interferes with too much stuff in my schedule. But I encourage you guys to sign up because it'll be fun.
Yeah, and the musical department really needs as many people to audition as they can because it is a huge production.
Exactly, and it's not strictly just a choir and drama department kids, guys. Come on, everyone get involved. Let's show them how Wildcats can act. And now we're going to go to a story about No Shave November. And why is it called No Shave November? Do you know?
Well, actually, No Shave November was started because people wanted to raise awareness about men's health.
I mean, that's interesting. So let's go check out some more information.
No Shave November is a tradition that happens the entire month of November from the 1st until the 30th. It has taken hold here at Millard West. Around the school, it's easy to find a lot of guys with unshaven beards, and you can even hear about a few girls doing it too. There are many reasons people are doing No Shave November.
Because it's a tradition. Me and some of my friends from work decided to do it just for fun.
I play basketball, so it's just a lot easier because basketball takes up a lot of my time.
I'm doing it because I love the ability that I can actually grow a beard, and not many teenagers actually can.
Just everyone else is doing it, all my friends are doing it, so I guess we're kind of competing against each other.
Across America, a lot of people are doing it, but there are still a lot of people who judge it useless. They see no purpose behind the tradition, but what they don't know is the real reason behind it.
I do not really know what No Shave November is truly about, actually. I thought it's just time of the year to grow a beard.
No, I don't.
I think my mom told me that it's for men's cancer, but I just do it because it's easier.
During No Shave November, you are supposed to raise awareness for men's cancer by embracing your hair and letting it grow, something many cancer patients don't have the option of. The money saved on razors from not shaving is encouraged to be donated to men's cancer research.
I did not know that it was actually for male cancer awareness. That's actually pretty cool about.
No, I didn't know that.
I knew part of it. Didn't know that you're supposed to donate the money you saved from shaving. I knew it was to draw awareness to cancer though.
But not everybody is going to shave in December. In fact, some people are going to continue letting their beard grow.
I plan on shaving again probably in March before track season. My hope is my beard is about 2 inches long, so somewhere a little lower than my neck. I just want to see how far I can get it since I'm a big Boston Red Sox fan, so they all grew beards, so I want one.
I believe in No Shave November and I'm participating in it right now. This is us being Carlo, Pelacani.
And Gretchen Lusso with the Wildcat Report.
The first varsity boys basketball game is on Friday, December 13th, and the theme is Ugly Sweater. And if you wear your ugly sweater, then you get a free candy cane.
I mean, that's motivation to go. I mean, free candy. Hey, why not? And if you bring winter apparel, it's for the Omaha and Millard communities, and you can get hot cocoa and a cookie. So please donate. I mean, everyone needs to help out, especially this season with the holidays coming up.
Make sure it's gently used, so no stains, please.
Exactly. I mean, nobody wants to go around wearing a stained sweater. I mean, hey. And now we're going to go to Sports Corner.
Our final two fall sports have come to a bittersweet end with their 2013 seasons. First, our girls volleyball team had a remarkable overall record of 35 wins and only 2 losses for the regular season. This record scored them a trip to the state tournament held in Grand Island. They dominated the playoffs, sealing themselves a spot in the state championship against Marion. The intense game between these two powerhouses began with 2-match wins for the Wildcats. Unfortunately, the Marion Crusaders answered with a 3-match win streak, and ultimately taking home the state title. The Millard West volleyball team earned themselves a state runner-up title. Congratulations to the team for a hard-fought season. Finally, our beloved varsity football team had one final tear-jerking game against Westside last Friday that unfortunately ended in a loss. The Wildcats kept the score close the whole game, taking the lead once. Skylar Monahan had a stellar touchdown on a punt return to give the Wildcats one final chance for an onside kick to get the lead and win. The onside was not recovered, and the Westside Warriors ran down the final seconds of the game, ending the Wildcat season that night. The football team finished off their season with a record for the regular season of 8 wins and only 1 loss. Great job to all of the players, and best of luck to the seniors heading into college to continue their football legacy. With the end to all fall sports, that only means one thing for winter sports: Hell Week.
Hell Week is basically tryouts for basketball. We do it 2 days a week, one day, or we usually do it in the morning around 7 on Mondays, and then around 6 Tuesday through Friday. And then we usually do it right after school. And we call it Hell Week because it's a lot of conditioning for the first time, because we're not doing spring workouts anymore. It's actually like our season has actually started.
Hell Week is the first official week of the winter sports seasons. These winter sports include girls and boys basketball, girls and boys swimming, girls and boys diving, and boys wrestling. For these athletes, a few words come to mind when they think of Hell Week.
If I could describe Hell Week in one word, it would be intense, because it's the first time when our practices start getting harder, basically.
Best of luck to all these winter sport athletes, and congratulations to all the fall sport athletes. This has been Spencer Bright with the Wildcat Sports Corner. Thanks for watching.
One of the most anticipated movie premieres, Catching Fire, opened on November 21st and broke records.
I like The Hunger Games because it's really reflective of our society, and I think it's a good story for a lot of young people.
I do like The Hunger Games. I think that the books have a great message in them, and they're very absorbing to read.
I really like them because I think they're really fast-paced books, and I like the characters.
I like The Hunger Games because the books always keep you guessing, I guess, and there's a lot of action going on.
I do like The Hunger Games because I think they're interesting and fun to read.
Yes, I do. I really like the books. I think they did a really good job as a social studies teacher of what it would be like to have districts and to live with that.
The sequel to Hunger Games caught fire when released in the theaters on November 22nd. With $161 million on opening weekend, Hunger Games is now placed 4th on the highest grossing opening weekends of all time. Hunger Games, Catching Fire, and Mockingjay battle it out to hold the majority of Suzanne Collins fans.
I like Catching Fire the best because it has the most action.
Catching Fire the best.
Catching Fire. It's my favorite because it's when she actually becomes the heroine and realizes why there's so much hope in why, the people in her character.
Catching Fire was very intense, I think. A lot more intense than the other books, and it had a lot of build-up. It's very good. It had a lot of good messages in it, a lot of character development.
My favorite book is the last one because it concludes everything.
My favorite book is the first one, Hunger Games.
Although many vibrant characters live in the books, all fans agree that one character belongs in the Victor's District.
I like Katniss because she's strong and she's always brave in all of her situations.
I think Katniss because she stands up for what she believes in.
My favorite character is Katniss. I think girl power is pretty cool.
When it comes to the books and the movies, most fans seem to prefer the written work.
The books, definitely. I think that just goes for anything because it's a lot more personal because you can imagine it a lot more and create something for yourself.
I like the books, but I like to read, so. But the movies, they did a good job of sticking to the books, and I really enjoy that part.
Probably, I don't know, the movies actually really good for a book adaptation, but I think I still like the books better.
Go read the books and watch the movies if you haven't already. They're great.
Hold your fire to see Katniss, Peeta, and Gale again Mockingjay Part 1 on November 21st, 2014. This has been Kylie Widseth reporting. I hope everyone had a wonderful Thanksgiving break. I'm Tess Riecke.
And I'm Breanna Davis with the Wildcat Report.